Ladies and gentlemen, uno, dos, tres. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that was the wrong side. Oh, shit. Well, shit happens. Now let's do the flippity flips and allow me to serenade you. San, ni, ich. Well, the video's over. So what are you looking at, you woke moralist? Go clean up your room, bucko. Greetings and salutations, my friend. Welcome to my video where we're going to be reacting to your art and shit. I hope you'll enjoy this because I have no idea what I'm doing and I can't sing my guitar rhythmically while I'm playing guitar. I guess some people could call it a lame kind of rapping. Like wrapping chocolate into this package made of aluminium or something. Alright, so as I promised, I will be reacting to the art you've sent my way, and today's the day. I didn't receive much. I was kind of hoping for more, but I decided to still react to what you did send to me, and I really appreciate that. And just to let you know, this is not a video in which I will be criticizing your art, but just appreciate it, you know. This is not me pointing out some details like, oh, in this little spot, you know, it's a little bit imperfect. Nothing like that. So just be enjoying looking at whatever you sent me. So first, I have received a total of 7 pictures coming from one of my viewers and subscribers, the little antique girl. Thank you so much for sending this to me. I appreciate it, and I appreciate every single comment you have left on my channel. Even if we have disagreed on some things in the past, that's okay. I really appreciate you. And yeah, thanks for being supportive. Thanks for continuing watching this channel. And now I'll show my viewers some of your work, which I think is really nice. The antique little girl describes her work as, I work mostly in collage, tearing papers and gluing them down, embellishing with paints and chalk, sometimes watercolor. I like to add a phrase and sentence to make a point sometimes. And yeah, let's jump into it and take a look at your work. Starting with this one. I don't know why, but I get a very warm feeling looking at this picture, to be honest. And I can tell you like flowers. I like that one of the flowers appears to have a face, and I'm not sure if it was an intention that it was supposed to look like a face, or if it's just me interpreting that way. I would like to know which is the case. I really like how the green color at the bottom and the blue color at the top sort of contrast each other, but not too much. They're both kind of cold colors, but at the same time it's also radiating this warm feeling, which I think is really nice. I think it's mostly the flowers that add the warmth of this one. I also really like this one, and this one it's very clear that you like to cut pieces of papers and glue them together to form shapes such as flowers. And I like this house. I'm not sure if that piece of paper that the house is made of is from a book or a newspaper, but I think it really suits it. It works. And this one, I would say, is a bit different from the previous two. I get a bit of a psychedelic vibe from this one. And to quote what you wrote down here, I will say what I have to say. Now the next two pictures I'm going to show you, they are a bit similar to each other. They're pretty much the same concept. They both appear to be what looks like a tree with a human face and the crown of that tree that also looks like it could be hair. I really like that, actually. This one looks like a wild afro, and I think it's really cool. This one in particular, I think it's the best one out of all the ones you've sent me. I really love this one. I think there's something very creative about making the tree crown appear like hair. I really love it. I also really like that some of the flowers in this one appear a bit like cogs in a machine of sorts. I can imagine it being animated and turning like a clockwork. I like this clockwork flowery theme here, but maybe that's just my interpretation. But I would be curious to know what is your inspiration for this one. I would really like to know that. And at this one you wrote, "Such faith in beauty and beauty alone is always doomed." Peter, I'm not sure what the last name here is. Is it Orwell? No, it can't be Orwell. It's not this Orwell, obviously. One says, "It's not your job to fix me." This one, I was a bit confused by this one because I really didn't know whether it was a painting or if it's also a collage of pieces of paper that you cut and glued onto this paper. Or I think it's a mix of two. I'm not sure which parts of it are actually glued and which parts are part of the original painting. So I think it's cool, and I really think it adds to this 3D perception. There's depth into this one. I really like it. And the final one, which just appears to be a tree with more flowers. I think at this point I can see a running theme here. I'm pretty sure you love flowers, at least that's my impression of that. If so, what are your favorite flowers? I would like to know. And I can also see what are your favorite combinations of colors in your work. I can see a pattern there. Like, I often see a lot of mix of green and blue and red and yellow. Are those your favorite color combinations, or is it just me interpreting the wrong way? Anyway, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate that. I love looking at things like that. So it's like warm, nostalgic feeling. that I think your work radiates. So that's perfect. Now the next and the last entry comes from a user named Ute Heggen'a, which has been you've been following me pretty much since the start of my channel. Thank you so much for your support, and how are you? So it's interesting because the picture you sent me, like, I think a lot of people wouldn't consider it art. They would consider it gardening, but you know what I think? I think that gardening can be art. And I mean, have you seen a lot of gardens out there? Actually, how beautiful gardens can be. A lot of the times I find gardens more beautiful than forests and meadows and all of that. I think there's definitely, I think it's a work of art. So this here is a picture from your garden from last summer. I'm not knowledgeable about flowers actually, so I have no idea what flower those are. I only know the basics. We can't be experts with everything, you know? Like, everyone has their own passion, and I can see you are passionate about what you're doing, you're passionate about this, and this is a very flower-centered video, isn't it? And it makes me feel nice, but I think it also fills my heart with sadness at this moment, because my late grandma, who passed away last year, she loved flowers, she loved working in a garden. That was also one of her passions, and it brings back really, really good memories, but it also brings this sadness and grief at the same time. But I don't want you to think that this means I don't appreciate you sending me this, not at all. Quite the opposite. And I think it reminds me of the good things that remind me of my grandma, which I think is perfect. I think we should be remembering our deceased family members and friends in as a warm way as possible. You also mentioned that you do nature shorts on your YouTube channel, so I'm leaving the link to your YouTube channel in the description of this video. And on Ute Heggen'a YouTube channel you can watch both the nature shorts, but also her videos on the topic of dealing with her ex-husband becoming a trans woman. And from my perspective, I have a lot of sympathy for people who are transitioning, but I also think it must be tough for the spouses of someone who does transition. Like, it's a tough process, just like it is a tough process for parents of trans persons and so on. So if you're interested in hearing her perspectives, go to her channel, listen to what she has to say. I will also leave the link to your blog in the description of this channel. So go check out her blog. There are some entries there about subjects such as cast review and so on. Go have fun. Go clean up your room, bucko. My name is Jordan Peterson. I'm a professor of psychopathy at the University of Toronto. well, you better subscribe to this channel, or else, well, or else you're a liberal, politically correct, woke moron. I'm just kidding. You know, I love you. You know, I love you. Take good care of yourself, and I see you tomorrow. Ciao.